Welcome to A Drop of Happy, where we focus on carefree, stress well, light and lively living while reviewing and discussing all things entertainment and wellness. And y'all know, I got to talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. So I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this. And what is this, might you ask? Diddy did it? Allegedly? Allegedly, Diddy did it. Okay, so why are we talking about Sean, Puffy, Diddy, Love, Puff Daddy, all the names, Combs? Well, first of all, he has been a staple in the entertainment industry for the longest. As far as music is concerned, hip hop, R&B, setting culture trends, all that stuff. All that stuff. He's been there, right? Uh, and there's always been rumors, especially with the financial situation, how he wasn't doing his artist right. Always been rumors like that. Always been rumors about, I mean, not rumors, like this is not that he throws the best parties. Uh, it wasn't the type of parties that I'm hearing about. That I thought it was just regular party, but apparently not. Um, and then more recently, especially with the whole allegedly, because I'm gonna be saying allegedly a lot. Because listen, I don't got lawsuit money. Um, with the whole his violent streak's been coming out more with the whole supposedly him blowing up Kid Cudi's car, him roughing up some people, like stuff, stuff like that. So there's always been rumors, and there's always been rumors about him being sexually fluid in getting it on with men. Those rumors have always been, but I'm just like, oh, he just a promiscuous and sexual free and whatever person. Um, and then of course there was the whole that making the band that making the band um time when he was filming making the band, there was some things about him that we were like, oh, he an asshole. But I'm not gonna lie, again, and I've mentioned this before in previous shows, I really thought part of it was for ratings and was for the show and him being like cuckoo and making them walk. Listen, when they walked for that cheesecake, that was seared in my memory because that was like what? It was two things from making the band. I mean, there was a lot of things that he was like a little woo 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 woo, but again, I think a lot of us probably thought it was for show. But there were two things from making the band that I feel stuck out for me and probably stuck out for a lot of people because I remember talking about this when he made them walk to get that damn cheesecake. And then the whole fight, argument, whatever with between him and Gibson, the choreographer. Like those two things, I still remember that till this day. And making the band was back what the 2000 um oh actually 2000, yeah. I wasn't sure if it was like 2001, 2000. I wasn't sure when, but yes, 2000. That first season, That's when we kind of like, oh, this man he's unhinged. There's something. But again, I think maybe a lot of people thought it was for because, it was for ratings and things like that. So there's always been rumors, there's always been some fodder and what have you. But more recently, things re- things really started to pop off. Really started to pop off when Cassie left the man. But we still, like, again, it was just rumors, it was just stuff bubbling. People in the industry knew something was going to happen, something was about to come out, or what have you. But when Cassie left, that's when, like, I almost feel like people were like on the lookout for what was going to happen. Of course, these are rumors because, I mean, these are rumors to people who are not in the business, but a lot of people already knew. Then her lawsuit happened, all sookie sookie. And the stuff that came out, and it was very suspicious. Of course, it was very suspicious because of how fast he settled, right? And then all these other lawsuits started coming out, and then all these other people started talking and things like that. Then the raid happened of his homes. And let me tell you, I for sure thought that man was going to leave the country. I thought he was like, they couldn't find him for a little while. People were listen, I thought he was going to leave the country. Okay. I thought he was going to be laid up there with his boy, Russell. I'm not gonna lie. But he didn't. He was still here and he was like fighting these charges and things like that, right? But But imagine creating this life for yourself and then being your own downfall. Imagine being your own downfall. And I'm not saying this because we always talk about like stress management and avoiding those pitfalls, avoiding creating stressful situations yourself, avoiding being your own worst enemy, right? And this is exactly what has happened, allegedly, if all of these things are true. I mean, I saw the video. I saw him beating Cassie's ass. Did this I saw. This y'all saw. But imagine being your own villain. And my thing is like, is it does it really matter, or is it really as does it really matter when you could possibly just be an evil person? Like, this is your character, and you've just been getting away with it and sliding for all these years. How do you prevent, because you've just been doing it and doing it and doing it. So there's no way out. There's no prevention. There's At some point you have to face the music. And I'm wondering, like, when did he start to realize, like, oh, because to me, you go into a self-preservation mode. Like, because if in fact these things are true, you as the perpetrator know what you've been doing. And it's not about being concerned or being remorseful or anything like that. At this point, you're just trying to protect yourself. You're just trying to cover your hide. You're just trying to um, get out of the situation. I imagine that being in that situation, you are in panic mode, and supposedly, and I'm just gonna go over like some of the headlines, and I'm probably gonna pick one article to go over. But supposedly, because most recently, Dawn Richards from Dirty Money. She was also in Making the Band, and she was also in Danity Kane. She was like the last woman, well, one of the last women standing. She filed a lawsuit, and then supposedly, um, somebody else who was part of that, Kalani. I hope I said her name right. He was blowing up her phone like 50 something times, 50, 11 times, but I literally think it was like 56 times blowing up her phone. But why, sir? Why are you blowing up her phone? Explain to me that. Riddle me this, right? Why are you blowing up her phone? That's suspicious. So let me just, okay. So let me just go over some of the headlines in just overall some of the headlines that has been happening over the past few months. Okay? Um Rolling Stone Rolling Stone did an article, and Lord have mercy. Like just do me hey, just do me in. Just I don't even know if this article from Rolling Stone, this is the headlines: Bad Boy for Life. Sean Combs History of Violence. I don't know. That might be a good one to review. That one was May. Okay. Um, Explained. This is from Business Insider. How Usher ended up living with Sean Diddy Combs as a teen. Like why? Why? Okay, let me pause. And I heard, well, that was one thing. That was like a debacle. Um, Supposedly, Usher was victimized in this situation allegedly, and the mom came and got him out. There's a whole discord, a whole debate that you can have, a whole conversation you can have about that. Where's Diddy? What we know about the investigation into the music mogul. This was in March 2026. Um, Another article, it shouldn't have taken a video to believe Diddy abused girlfriend. This was in May 2020, May 22nd. This is so true. Especially, okay, that again, well, I'm not reading these are just the headlines, just going over the headlines. But that right there, especially since so many people knew, like apparently this wasn't a secret. And again, the fact that he settled so fast, it shouldn't have taken a headline. It should not. Diddy's open secrets from the Vulture. Ooh. Who was Kim Porter? Diddy's ex-partner, mother of three. Okay, that one. I thought it was going to talk about did he kill her? Because that's another rumor that Diddy had something to do with her death because it was suspicious. New lawsuit accuses Sean Diddy Combs of sexually abusing college students in the 1990s. Uh, the most shocking claims from Rolling Stone's Diddy. Okay, this was Vibe did a review of the. Well, we might have to look at that. We might have to look at that article. Okay, we did that. Ooh, Eminem. This is Diddy multiple times on new album. The death of Slim Shady. This was in Variety. Associated Press. Now they just following everything. Sean Diddy Combs returns. Oh yeah, he had to return the keys to New York. Y'all remember when he got the keys to New York? That was such a big deal when he ran a marathon. He had the thing on top. Oh my gosh. Well, he don't got the keys to New York anymore. He does not have those keys anymore. Sean Diddy Combs returns keys to New York City in response to video of him attacking the singer Cassie. Because after the lawsuit, the video that was missing allegedly reappeared, and boom, 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 boom. Diddy's Puff Daddy Bad Boy for Life signed guitar hits auction block. Okay. And Former Vibe editor says Diddy threatened her life in 1997. This was in July. Now we're getting to the goodies. Sean Diddy Combs arrested following grand jury indictment, lawyer says. Okay, I guess he's selling a mansion. This one was from, so that article was from very recently because he just got arrested. And then this article was from July. Diddy is overpricing his mansion because bro has to sell some stuff because he's going to be in some, let me tell you, lawyers are not cheap. And he's going to need some expensive ass lawyers. Diddy's latest strategic move could end in tears as his legal woes intensify. This was from July 12th. I did not know this happened because why? Sean Diddy Combs' mother hospitalized with chest pains. Well, I'll be hospitalized with chest pains too. Oh, child, it would be a whole lot more problems than just chest pains if I was his mama. Okay, this one is from recently. Sean Diddy Combs has been indicted on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Boom. Boom. Do you know how, man? So we're probably going to read a couple of these articles. Okay, so I completely forgot about this song. Kesha announces she will permanently change TikTok lyrics to FP Diddy because she has that don't stop. Okay, I'm not going to continue to bless y'all with my voice, but there she has that one lyric in there. Something, 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 something like P. Diddy. So she's going to have to change that to something, 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 something FP Diddy. Okay, so this one, Diddy, this one was in August. Diddy sued by Sonola Cart. Wait, is this a joke? Diddy sued by Sinaloa, Sinaloa, however y'all want to pronounce that, cartel member for allegedly ruining drug business. News Nation now. Now that has to be a joke because I cannot believe, that, huh? I'm gonna have to look into that article because 50 Cent explains why he never went to Diddy's parties. Okay. Listen, Rolling Stone is like, I'm gonna get in your ass. Rolling Stone's like, I'm gonna get in your ass because the headlines for the Rolling Stone articles, whoosh, man. Former white party dancer files police report against Sean Combs in Miami. More about being arrested. Oh, this one, I did talk about this one recently. Judge orders Sean Diddy Combs to pay Michigan man $100 million in case alleging sexual assault. We kind of talked about that very briefly. And he, by now, he did file an appeal or something like that because it was like automatic judgment because he didn't show up to the virtual appearance. Now, boom, Sean P. Diddy Combs held without bail. Let me tell you, this is okay. Oh, Deadline has one very recent. This is from an hour ago, y'all. Sean Diddy Combs, a timeline of charges, allegations, and consequences the rap mogul faces. This is from Variety. Eminem doubles down on Sean Diddy Combs' connection to Tupac and Biggie murders because, there's rumors that's coming too. There's rumors that is coming too. And Sean Diddy Combs denied bail in sex trafficking charges. Listen, It's ooh, freak offs. Okay, so I was having a conversation with my cousin about him, and I was trying to remember what kind of parties he used to have. It's freak offs, freak offs. Like, what is that? Sean Diddy Combs held without bail after being charged with racketeering and sex trafficking. So here, Sean Diddy Combs. This is article from Yahoo Entertainment. I like this. I like the title, so that's why I clicked on this one. Sean Diddy Combs denied bail. Indictment alleges freak-offs, guns, arson, and other shocking allegations. There is a lot. There is a lot, and I want to know, how do you deal? Like, I feel like he need to be like on a watch, but then again, he might be way too arrogant and way too full of himself, and just because since he's been so untouchable, he might be like, oh, I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm paying all these lawyers all these money. I'm gonna sell off. So, but the article goes on to say hip hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs pled not guilty Tuesday to sex trafficking charges, and a judge denied him bail as he was taken into custody to await trial in an explosive case against one of music's most influential figures. Oh, let me pause, because the other thing, and I think a lot of people are waiting for this, because of the charges, I think that the racketeering, RICO, whatever, um, they're expecting more names to drop. So have with that what you will. I think we're all waiting to see what those names, who those names are going to be attached to. Uh, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others. Okay, so there was a press conference, and that's where that's where a lot of this article is coming from. The press conference that was basically announcing the charges and things like that. So that's where this article is coming from. So Combs, and quote, abused, threatened, and coerced women, and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct for decades, according to the unsealed indictment that led to his September 16 arrest on 3 felony counts of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. No victims were identified in the 14-page document, but the March 2016 incident, in which Combs, also known as Diddy and Puff Daddy, was captured on surveillance video hitting, kicking, and throwing a vase at then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura at a Los Angeles hotel, was referenced. It alleged that the Bad Boy Entertainment founder attempted to bribe a member of hotel security who intervened to ensure silence. Let me pause. Attempted. That bribery was successful, because years later, it's just now coming out. So it looks like it worked. Whatever he did worked, because silence was sustained for quite a long time, and it probably wouldn't have came out if Cassie did not file that lawsuit. So whatever he did, it worked, people. Just saying. The indictment filed on September 12th contains a litany of allegations against Combs, claiming he engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. After becoming a star in the 1990s, in blah 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 pattern. Let me read that again real quick. A pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals after becoming a star in the 1990s, and that abuse was verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. He allegedly used his various businesses headquartered at times in New York and Los Angeles and employees to cover up alleged criminal behavior, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Good googly moogly. My God. Listen. Ooh, child. My thing is, let's say you've been an employee, right? Let's say you've been an employee, you've been the doer, you've been the type, you've been what do you do? Let's say you are in his circle, right? Are you cowering in a corner somewhere? Are you freaking out? Are you trying to come up with a story? Are you like, well, shoot, I was a victim too, because this is a lot. And not for nothing, it seems that he is going down. So I imagine there are so many people quaking right now. His attorney, Mark Agnifilio, y'all, I am butchering these names, whatevs, said outside that his client is innocent. Bruh, I couldn't. What? Which you have to say, because I'm paying you to say this. So you bet to say something. And he pled not guilty, and it's innocent till proven guilty. So let's just go. Okay. Okay. His attorney, Mark A., said outside that his client is innocent, adding that his spirits are good and he's confident in this case. On Monday, the lawyer said in a statement, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children, and working to uplift the Black community." It concluded, "He is an imperfect person, but not a criminal." I'm a pause. Sir. Uh, off of the video alone, off of the video that was released alone, the man is a criminal, allegedly. Appears to be a criminal, because that is criminal behavior. That is criminality. That is and then you bribe people. That is criminal. And sir, but I get it, because you have to say this. I get it. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. So, the most shocking allegations: Diddy held freak-offs in which women were allegedly coerced to participate in against their will. According to the government, Combs would use his power to lure female victims into his orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship, then force threats of force and coercion. The victims were made to engage in extended sex acts with multiple male commercial sex workers in sessions he dubbed freak-offs. I constantly have to pause. Because he just thought he just had carte blanche. Okay. Combs is accused of arranging, directing, and masturbating during the I'm so sorry. Okay, let me be professional. I'm so sorry. Okay. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Combs is accused of arranging, directing, and masturbating during the sex performances, which he would often record, sometimes unbeknownst to the victims. The freak offs would last for days with multiple sex workers involved. Oh, this is gross. Combs allegedly distributed drugs to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, said at a news conference on Tuesday these drugs were narcotics such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB. I don't even know what GHB is, which is fine. I don't need to know. After the days long sex sessions, Combe and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion. Who's doing that? Who's giving the IV hydration? They gonna be subpoenaed too. They gonna be subpoenaed. Oh Lord, let me tell you something. The witness list, the witness list is going to be star-studded. Star-studded witness list. I'm telling you right now. Combs' employees allegedly arranged for the sex workers to cross state lines. Boom, criminal behavior. They'd also book hotel rooms, stock rooms with freak off supplies, and arrange for travel of victims. I read somewhere the freak off supplies that they confiscated. I can't even talk. Uh, Listen, I gotta find. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna tell y'all because mm, mm. The recordings Combs made were used as collateral to ensure the silence of the victims, according to the indictment. And based off that other lawsuit from the guy that's currently in prison, the guy that was awarded the $100 million that has the restraining order against him, based off of his, because he was just like, he was drugged up, and Diddy told him, hey, and when he woke up, allegedly Diddy was having sex with somebody else, and but was looking at him, was just like, yeah, I did this to you too. So if he recorded it, he probably recorded it. He puts people in these situations and has these recordings and uses them as leverage against these people to keep their mouths shut, whatever. You never know. But just from that little snippet from that lawsuit, with the alleged claims, with the claims that he made, if he's over here drugging people and you don't even know, who knows what kind of situation he supposedly had, he might have you in. March. This is what I was. Oh, they have it. Okay. March raids turn up guns and freak off materials. According to the indictment, when Combs' home in Miami and Los Angeles were raided in March 2024, authorities seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers and a drum magazine. Cue the lady that's saying you going to jail. You going to jail. They also seized various freak off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Sir, what is happening? What is happening? Saka pase la. What? I'm confused. I'm confused. I am befuddled. I am what? Cassie Hotel incident referenced in filing. Because how could they ignore that? Like that's just let's just put that in there. The government claims Combs' pattern of abuse included numerous occasions from about 2009 and continuing for years, in which he assaulted women by striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at and kicking them. It claims the assaults were at times witnessed by others, including the one against Ventura, which he took responsibility for earlier this year after a surveillance video of the 2016 attack was made public. It alleged that Combs attempted to bribe a member of the hotel security staff that witnessed the incident. The indictment claims that Combs' violence was not limited to female victims, but extended to his employees and people who witnessed the abuse. Thus, Dawn's lawsuit. What she's saying, this practically corroborates what she's saying, that she had to go through, and there's violation of labor laws unless she was like a contracted worker, but even still, trapping her so she doesn't eat, working, man. Diddy accused of using arson and other tactics to control victims. The indictment states Combs used guns, kidnapping, and arson to control victims. While it doesn't name an alleged arson victim, we know who it is. We know at least who one of them is. Allegedly, rumor has it. In Ventura's lawsuit, she claimed that when she briefly dated Kid Cudi in 2012, Combs threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in the driveway, her lawsuit said. Well, attempts at bail. His team has been trying to negotiate his release from custody pending his trial on 3 federal counts, with Combs offering to post $50 million bond using his Miami home as collateral. NBC News reported with details from a proposed bail package filed by his defense team. The rapper, whose career has been derailed over the past 10 months amid allegation, also offers to wear a GPS monitor and limit travel to New York City and Miami. They said no. That's the people said no. But it doesn't hurt to ask. I will say that it does not hurt to ask, but them people said no. I don't even have a listen. I didn't even start this off with a journal prompt because I'm not really saddened. I'm like, I guess this is good because people have been being victimized for so long. It's just I would like to find that. I feel like that Rolling Stone article needs to be like its own. We need to come back for part 2. Because it is quite the expose. But just a headline. I'm just going to read the little snippet. Bad Boy for Life: Sean Combs' History of Violence. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs was hip hop's boisterous showman. Now, dozens of former friends, employees, and bad boy artists allege an abusive, menacing figure behind the facade. It's been going. Okay, that part of him just not being the best person to be in business with. I mean, Mace did not hold his breath. There are several people that's like, and we could see like some of the artists, his past artists, that situation hasn't worked out well. But if you are close to Diddy, are you worried? If you were in cahoots with Diddy, you definitely should be worried. Absolutely, because he gonna tell. If push comes to shove and things aren't looking right, he gonna tell. And it might not even be that. It might just be by association. I don't know who else is going to come out of this. I don't know. But when we're talking about like managing your life and managing your situation and things like that, don't be a shit person. I don't, because this is shit person behavior that has led to this situation. Shit person behavior. Don't be a shit person. That's like, again, I'm always going to go back. We try to teach lessons over here to what? Stay in a happy place, because this is a drop of happy. And this isn't so happy. This we are not in the light right now. Let's admit we are not in the light, because um this is big and this is heavy, but know who you are. And if you are a shit person, change that. Remember, the baseline is your values and knowing yourself and assessing what your values are, right? And if your values are shitty and your behavior is shitty, that's going to come and catch up to you. Karma don't play. God don't play. The universe don't play. Whatever you want to say, don't play. So if you and granted, he's gotten away with it for a very long time, allegedly, supposedly, if all of these things are true, then he's gotten away with it for a very long time. He's gotten away. Let's say he gets off. He's got which mm, 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 back way. He's gotten away with bad behavior for a very long time, which has led to this point, which has led you to face the consequences of your bad behavior. But you could have been living a chill life if you weren't a shit person. And I'm going to say this just off the video where he acknowledged that was a low point. You are a shit person. Anybody who hems a woman up like that, you are a shit person. So the moral of the story, and if we want to do a journal prompt, I'm gonna try to find one, or a moment of reflection. When were you a shit person, and what could you have done better? That's it right there. When were you a shit person, and what could you have done better? That's your moment of reflection. That is your journal prompt. When were you a shit person, and what could you have done better not to be a shit person, not to engage in shitty damn behavior? Because that brings nothing but darkness and strife and stress, and we don't want that in our lives. All right, if you like the show, come back, check it out. We don't just talk about stuff like this. We talk about a lot of other stuff. Remember, like, subscribe, share, pretty please with sugar on top, and always live light and stress well. Thank you.